This is the third castle today of our 13 castle journey across France. My wife Leslie and I are making this series to see what it would look like if we were to buy a castle in France, the country that Leslie loves, to renovate and live in for part of the year after our kids grow up and leave our home. In every video, we will have 3 challenges. First, we will pick the one thing we love about each castle to be in our future dream castle. In castle number 1, we picked the Orangery Guest House. Castle number 2 was the green facade on the castle. What will we choose in castle number 3? Anytime that you see this on screen, you know this room or this place is a favorite thing candidate. Second, we will complete the ultimate hide and seek challenge in every video by asking castle owners where the best hiding places are. And third, we will attempt to complete the G-wagon G-turn challenge. This was castle number 2. And it was unbelievable. Look at the exterior of this thing with the red door, with all the greenery on the walls. There were so many unique things about this castle. For our third castle out of the 13, we are going to a castle that's from the 10th century. It's called the Prieure. So I'm excited to see this. Every one of them has been unique, but we've only gone to 2. Hope you're enjoying this adventure. Day 3 coming up. Every day in between checking out around 11 and checking in around 3 or 4 to the different chateaus, we have time to kill, and luckily it's only a 45-minute drive. This behind me is a giant river with a French name. What is this river?
This is the Main River, so Le Main.
That doesn't sound French,
Okay.
the Main River.
Well, it's in English, it's Main River. And then it actually flows into the Loire River, which we're gonna see later because that runs through a bunch of the other castles as we go through our 13 castle journey.
Most of the castles that we're staying at are in the Loire Valley, it's called, which is where the river runs through, and there are thousands of castles in this region.
4,000 castles in this region, which I knew there were castles, but I had no idea that many.
This giant building that's like a fortress right on this river, the Main River, inside of there is supposedly the world's biggest tapestry. Do I need to go see that? I mean, world's biggest usually is a good thing to see.
I think it shows like the apocalypse though, so it shows the end of the world.
Oh,
I think
now
that's
we're
what it
getting
is.
really interesting. The tapestry that documents the end of the world. Okay, now we gotta see this. All right, into the castle we go. We have found it. It's actually like multiple tapestries that goes all the way down this hallway, all the way around the corner. This is the end of the tapestry. Leslie, did you learn about what's going to happen at the end of the world?
It looks really rough what's going to happen, but the end part of it looks like everything's going to be okay.
Oh, good. There you go. There's some hope about the end of the world. That was Leslie's takeaway. Mine is, this took somebody a lot of time. Okay, let's go to our castle that we're staying at tonight. Okay.
We did it again.
We are not at the castle. We have messed up with directions.
Well, we put it in though. We put it in.
If you look up,
Oh,
and it's there.
oh, how do we get
It's
there?
up there. I wonder if that little cave right there takes us through. Like that must be a secret entrance to it.
I was a little worried.
I think it's on top of the hill. Like we're here. All right, we go again.
We did it. We did do it. The address was there. It's just up a hill. No? Yes.
I think we gotta turn this way. Oh, are those pink flowers? How do they have pink flowers everywhere?
Oh my.
And the trees? Look at this. Unbelievable.
Yes.
This is a fairy tale. This doesn't even make sense. Well, first thought is this place is amazing. What an entrance. I would say the curb appeal is not as grand as the last one that we were in, with the castle is just bam right in your face, but the overall property of just winding up through that little town was incredible. Maybe we're going the right way, maybe we're not.
Why didn't they put a sign there?
There's like a hobbit living there. And now we're gonna check in and this thing sits out. I would imagine the view's gonna be insane off the back. How about that driving up? We are here at La Prieure, which was a place for priests back in the day. A bunch of dudes that came to learn about God and to get closer to God, and they lived here for hundreds of years and trained. So I like that spiritual aspect of this place. The front is over there, and usually we film this intro in the front, but I love this because this is the deck for my private patio going into our bedroom. So we're starting this video with the master bedroom tour. It is built for a king. Let's check it out. That door goes right into the bedroom. This is the most king-like bed I've ever seen. You've got the gold on here, the gold up there, the red everywhere. This is definitely where a king would be, but this isn't the only place that a king would be inside of this room. This room is made for royalty. This chair makes me look like a king. Look at it, how it's rounded, it's red. I look like the greatest king in all the land. No. I'm the king. I'm the greatest king. I have gloves. No. I'm the greatest king. I got gloves on. I'm the king. If I need to prove it, I'll prove it because I have this. What? Okay, you're the king. You're the greatest. There's the king right there, the king with the scepter. I have a scepter. Man. Okay, so 2 chairs for kings, a bed for a king, but that's not all. We have this little nook, this little office over here with another king on his throne, and it even has these weird looking guys on the handles. That doesn't scream king, then I don't know what does. And you get a little window to look out upon the peasants. And also, the 3rd castle in a row, we've got the Knights Templar cross painted up into here. Oh, the other thing, fireplace. This is massive. I'm 6'2". It's almost as tall as me. And then, what is that on there? Is that like a little angel? Little angel holding a bigger scepter than the scepter that I had. Oh, wow, I don't feel as cool anymore. 3rd castle in a row that we've got fabric on the walls, so sound dampening, nice and quiet in here. We're doing this room tour backwards because this is actually the entryway. You've got Napoleon Dynamite, actually no, Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte, and then also his wife, I think? Wife, Leslie? Yeah, wife. And then a nice little sitting area with the red paint on the walls, and then this is the actual entrance to the room. So you have a little sitting area, a little closet place. Take off your boots after a long day hunting. And then this is the bathroom. Very nice. Nice shower, a couple of sinks. I feel like I'm not in a castle anymore. I feel like I'm in like a JW Marriott suite right now. So it kind of has thrown off my vibes a little bit. I feel less like a king and more like a really cool tech guy. But we got a picture of this girl. Also for the bed, first time I've got on it here, look at this. We've got black leather on the headboard and diamonds. What a room. This is a room for a king. I feel like a king. To be clear, full transparency, I'm not a king. I know I have a scepter, but I'm not a king. All right, off to see the other rooms. This is the very top of the castle tower, but we need to see where some of the rooms are inside of this castle. So first, we need to go down these beautiful spiral stairs, which, by the way, I will note, these are the first stairs in our entire castle trip so far, 3 out of 13, where they turn to the left. So maybe that theory that we've been talking about in all the videos, maybe some of you have solved it in the comments, maybe it's not actually a thing, or maybe because it was like a nun monastery that they didn't need to worry about fighting because they're nuns and nobody's gonna come in here and battle with swords. Well, here we are after all those stairs. This is the reception area and it is beautiful. You have a bunch of art on the walls that is clean and crisp. The red that matches with the bedroom with the king stuff. Painting on the ceiling that you see in a lot of the different castles. This castle is a little unique versus some of the other ones that we've gone to. It's not necessarily like a family-owned single generations. They just have this and they rent a few rooms here or there, which is probably, if we ever buy a castle, I imagine us buying like a castle, renovating it, and then having a few rooms for Airbnb and we just kind of run it. But now this is a hotel group that only owns castles. They've got 5 different castles. I'm looking at some of them. There's 5 in France and 1 in Portugal. This one here is closer to Paris and it has golf as a golf course. Look, if I'm going to a castle, not everything has to be from the medieval times. You can still renovate buildings and make them fit into the old vibe. This was built in the 2000s. This used to just be the outside part of the castle. In fact, this is the wall of the chateau for years and years. You can even see this giant rock that they didn't want to carve out, so it's still just kind of there. The nice thing about being up on a hill is that I can see the river. I see a bunch of other castles and the town down there. And then this is the entrance to the restaurant. So this whole section, it's like a bar, sitting room, and then they've got the restaurant over there. This is all new. The chairs are beautiful. This is a nice place. The secret hiding place challenge is something that I'm asking every castle owner on this series. If you were playing the ultimate game of hide and seek, where would you hide? We have seen some good ones on the previous castles. Caves, hidden stairwells. Here are apparently the best places to hide in this castle. This is hiding place number 1. We're gonna let you guys decide, as we usually do, which hiding place is the best and how does this compare to the other castles? This is your job in the comments. All right, so we open up this door. We just unlocked this. This is underneath the patio. It's a hiding place, it's a storage place. Most of the hiding places we're finding are storage places, but this is a pretty good hiding place. Now, what's cool is you can look out and you can see out the windows, and it's almost like, sometimes in castles what they do with these windows is they make them so a human can't get in, but if you had a weapon, a gun, you could just point it through there and they couldn't get in, but you could shoot out of it. There we are, hiding place number 1. Just know that if you do come in here, beware of that spider. The second place to hide maybe is a little too obvious for some, but I really like it. This is a giant tower that is covered in some sort of greenery, and it is a water tower. And did you know that in French, they say water castle, not water tower, or they say chateau d'eau, is that what it is? Chateau d'eau, which means castle water, right? Okay, so this is a good little place to hide. You come in this door. It's not too glamorous. It's a hiding place. Oh, yeah, I'm so scared of spiders and there's so many spider webs. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm going in. Okay, this is the inside of the water tower, and if you look up above, I could climb up the ladder and get onto this platform. It is not a functioning water tower anymore, but they do run water lines through here, but it's not a reservoir up above, but yeah, this is kind of cool, but this looks like the home of many, many spiders. So I'm not gonna hide here. Here, let's go, get out of here. Go, 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 go. Yeah, turn off the light, shut the door. Okay. Hiding place number 2. That's pretty good, but how about a third? There is a third, and this one is not dirty with spiders. This one's my favorite. Okay, maybe we saved the best for last as far as hiding places. It turns out I really enjoy a good cave, and this one has a very good cave and it has a good use to it. It could be a fantastic hiding place. And it's just down here away from the reception hall. You come down these stairs, I can feel the temperature dropping immediately. You saw the elevation change from the river to where this castle is. It turns out this is a very rocky region. In fact, people back in the day couldn't afford to build their own homes, and so they kind of became cave people. This is the wine cellar. Now, full disclosure, I don't drink wine, but I can appreciate a cool room and people that are passionate about something that they love, which a lot of people in this world are passionate about wine. They have a lot of wine tasting in the region. It goes all the way back to here. Massive wine cellar. It's 14 degrees in here year round. They don't even have to really maintain it. They have some air circulation and they also add some humidity in here, but that's hallway number 1. This is hallway number 2. How about this for a hiding place? This is so good. It's super clean. I don't see any spiders. I'm so scared of spiders and there's so many spider webs. And then right here at the end, there's this glass window. And if you look in, you can see that's the well, which does add a bit of humidity in here also. So hiding place number 3, it's my favorite. It's not that conspicuous, like it's literally off of the reception area, but once you get down here, it's awesome. We're gonna be going to dinner here tonight. I'm super excited. It's gonna be a fancy dinner. But if you're somebody that really loves wine, they will let you come down here with them and pick out the bottle that you want, the type of wine that you want. I love that they've lit this whole thing up. You've got the crest of the castle, and then you have a chandelier in here, and then there's this green moss at the top of it, and it's bright green. It looks like the grass from Augusta, Georgia, from the Masters Green. Oh, I miss golf. This cave's amazing. Even though I don't drink wine, this is getting me excited for dinner. I'm going to dinner. Let's go to dinner. every castle, we asked the owners if they would do the G-turn. So far, we are 2 for 2. Would one of you be okay doing the G-turn in our car?
I would love to.
Have you ever driven a G-wagon before?
No.
What is your driving experience in a car?
None, because I don't have the driving license yet.
This is amazing. Okay, so I've got to teach her how to drive one, and then the first time she drives, it's going to be doing the G-turn in G-wagon. Don't try this at home, kids. There we go, one time. There we go, two. We got this. Was that scary?
That's fine.
I can smell the rubber from the road, so I'm not gonna lie, I was very nervous that she's never driven. I was worried that the pedal was not going to be in G-turn mode, and then it was just going to start driving straight at that tree right there. And I was worried that she would panic and push the gas pedal and we'd hit the tree, and then I'd be like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever done. But it ended up working out great. Oh, that was exciting for me. Leslie, how did it look from the outside?
It looks so good. This was like probably the best one of where we actually selected the foundation for it, for sure.
That's fine.
Castle number 3 out of 13 for this entire adventure, where every day we're going to a different castle. And also with every castle, we are talking about our favorite thing about the castle. My favorite thing about this was definitely the king-inspired bedroom. It was just a little bit maybe over the top for some people from a decor standpoint, but for me, this is the vibe I expect when I come to a castle. I want it to feel over the top, red everywhere, these chairs that are kind of curved, and I look like a king. Yes, I had my scepter. I have the scepter, again, I'm only gonna pull it out when it makes sense. So
get ready.
If we find moments in the different castles, this might be the only time that the scepter comes out, but let's wait and see. Maybe there'll be another room or another moment where I should be a king and I pull out that, and I'm gonna try not to shoot it across the room this time. Anyway, the room was great. I slept very well inside of there. I loved the high ceilings. I loved being able to walk out to the patio right there.
That was amazing.
The beds in France, it turns out, are ginormous. These beds aren't just king-size beds. They're like oversized king beds.
They're extra wide. I don't think they're extra long. They're extra wide, and we sleep so much more comfortably in these. I don't know why we don't have them in America.
It's really nice. So the French have figured out the king-size bed, which kind of makes sense. Yeah. Okay, what was your favorite thing about this castle?
Last night we went to dinner and we had our first proper French meal because we've been on the go and we haven't had a sit-down meal, and it was delicious. But what made the space so special was the windows that covered the entire wall, that you could look out across the river. You could see castles and homes, and it was just so peaceful and beautiful. And same thing this morning at breakfast, I sat down and I was like, it's like we're in a little storybook right now.
It really is. What a castle. Leslie, what surprised you the most about this castle?
This one was for sure the approach as we drove up like this windy, tiny little narrow streets, and you came up this hill and there was pink flowers, which I've never seen on a hill. They're like wild pink flowers.
They look amazing.
There's statues, there's vines going up the trees. It feels so special as you come up the hill, and then there's the castle up on top.
What surprised me was definitely the view. You are on the edge of a rocky cliff. I mean, you saw how steep it was from the beginning of this video, and we thought we were at the castle and we weren't. It was just straight up there. But not only being up on the rocks, but looking over the river that I can't say the name, Loire. Back in the day in France, it makes sense why they have these castles and these communities along the river, because that's where you would get fish, that's where you would get transport, take different boats up and down the river. So the view, amazing. The one thing we would steal from castle number 3 as a must-have in our dream castle is the river view. We are so close to the river, but because we're elevated so quickly on these rocks, it gives us an amazing view day and night. All 3 castles have been amazing, and they've all been unique and different. So if you're enjoying this series, please give it a like and give us a comment of something that you liked down below. And stay tuned in a couple of days for the next castle, the Chateau
d'Audebert.
That's it. Coming up next is castle number 4 of 13, Chateau d'Audebert. A castle that the current owners renovated and brought back to life, and is now one of our favorite chateaus in this entire series. From the landscaping, to the orangery, to the tunnel system, the beautiful bedroom, this place is special. Also an epic drone rescue. Hit that notification button, video is coming soon.